For many, especially women, the accumulation of fat around the hips and thighs presents a persistent challenge. While men typically store excess weight around their midsection, women are biologically predisposed to accumulate fat in the lower body, specifically the thighs, pelvic region, and hips. This distinct pattern of fat storage is largely attributed to higher estrogen levels, which promotes subcutaneous fat storage in these areas, rather than visceral fat. Subscribe for more science-backed fitness insights and comment below. If lower body fat is a particular challenge for you, your support helps us create more valuable content. Although visceral fat is generally considered more detrimental to health, a significant buildup of subcutaneous fat in the lower body can lead to aesthetic concerns, like cellulite, and contribute to a pear-shaped physique. And unfortunately, for many women, the fat stored in the thighs and hips is often the last to go. Therefore, the first and most critical step is to shift your focus from specifically losing thigh fat to reducing your overall body fat percentage. As your overall body fat decreases, your thighs and hips will naturally become leaner in proportion. While a calorie deficit is fundamental, a rigid eat less and less approach often backfires, particularly for women who are prone to a yo-yo dieting cycle. Insulin resistance can physically hinder fat loss, making it harder for your body to access stored fat for energy. Instead of burning that 500-calorie deficit, your metabolism may simply downregulate, slowing down to compensate for the missing energy, making further fat loss increasingly difficult. This metabolic slowdown is a common reason why plateaus occur and why continued calorie cutting becomes less effective. The problem isn't just the quantity of calories, but their quality and how your body adapts to chronic restriction. If you're seeking to sculpt your lower body and reduce stubborn fat in these areas, a strategic, multifaceted approach is essential. Before we reveal the 5 crucial steps to help you achieve leaner, more toned thighs and hips, please take a moment to like this video. Step 1. Broaden your focus. The principle of overall fat loss, more importantly. Fill those macros with whole, unprocessed foods that typically come from nature, not a box. Think. You can use an online macro calculator as a starting point. But remember to adjust these numbers as your body changes and adapts to fat loss. Many women enter the gym, diligently performing endless sets of inner thigh squeezes or outer thigh lifts, hoping to directly burn fat off these specific areas. However, despite popular myths and countless online thigh gap workouts, the scientific reality is clear. You cannot spot reduce fat. One of the most common pitfalls in the pursuit of leaner thighs is the misguided belief in spot reduction. Fat loss occurs systemically throughout your body. Your body decides where to draw energy from fat stores, the most effective, indeed the only way to achieve this overall body fat reduction is through a well-structured nutritional strategy. But this doesn't mean simply eating less. Beyond basic calorie restriction, the smarter approach to diet, a common initial strategy for weight loss, involves a drastic reduction in calories, perhaps aiming for a fixed 500-calorie deficit per day. If your reduced calorie intake still primarily consists of highly processed foods, those high in refined fats or sugars, you run a higher risk of developing insulin resistance. The solution: prioritize nutrient density and macro awareness. Instead of solely tracking calories, it's crucial to understand and optimize your macronutrient intake. Lean protein sources like salmon, chicken, eggs, and lean beef. Complex carbohydrates like rice, quinoa, oats, and potatoes. Healthy fats like avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. These single-ingredient foods are packed with nutrients, fiber, and protein, which promote satiety, stabilize blood sugar, and support a healthy metabolism. Optimizing metabolism. The power of calorie and macro cycling to prevent your metabolism from grinding to a halt and to foster long-term adherence. Implementing calorie and macro cycling can be incredibly effective. This strategy involves varying your calorie and macronutrient intake on different days of the week or in specific cycles. Signals to your body that food isn't perpetually scarce. Metabolic boost. Cycling helps keep your metabolism guessing. It's preventing the severe slowdown, often associated with prolonged, consistent calorie restriction. Each time you quit a restrictive diet, your body often regains fat, and due to hormonal influences, a disproportionate amount tends to return to the lower body. This makes it incredibly difficult to consistently tap into those deep fat stores in the thighs, as they are preferentially stored first and, unfortunately, often burned last. These refeed or higher intake days allow you to enjoy more food, feeling more satisfied and less deprived, which dramatically improves diet sustainability, adherence, and mental relief. For many, especially women prone to intense cravings or binge eating, calorie cycling provides psychological relief by incorporating higher calorie days. For women specifically battling stubborn thigh fat, consistent yo-yo dieting is particularly detrimental. A practical approach to cycling. One effective way to initiate calorie cycling is with a 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off approach. Initial aggressive deficit. Start by dropping your calories more aggressively, perhaps by 20 to 30% below your maintenance level for 2 weeks. Maintenance phase. Then, bring your calories back up to maintenance levels for the subsequent 2 weeks. Aim for approximately 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. This is paramount because adequate protein intake is a common deficiency for many women, yet it offers incredible benefits. You're hoping to reveal shapely glutes and slender, toned legs, and the only way to ensure this is by building muscle through consistent weight training. The science unequivocally shows that strength training is precisely what helps women achieve the defined, sculpted physiques they desire, not a bulky one. Due to hormonal differences, women simply do not have the physiological capacity to build excessive muscle mass without extreme dedicated efforts. Research suggests this cyclical dieting approach can lead to more consistent fat loss, is more sustainable psychologically, and significantly reduces the likelihood of severe metabolic slowdown. It's generally best to primarily cycle your carbohydrates and/or fats while keeping your protein intake consistently high. Muscle preservation and growth. Essential for maintaining and building lean muscle mass, which is crucial for a toned physique. Appetite control. Protein is the most satiating macronutrient, helping to control hunger and reduce cravings. Metabolic boost. Protein has the highest thermic effect of food, meaning your body burns more calories digesting it. Step 2. Sculpting your foundation. The power of strength training as you diligently work to reduce overall body fat through diet. What lies beneath that fat becomes critically important. Many women harbor a common fear. Lifting weights will make me bulky. This is a pervasive myth. Beyond aesthetics, the metabolic benefits of muscle, nutrient partitioning. Lifting weights acts as a powerful signal to your body. It helps funnel the protein, carbs, and fats you consume towards repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue. Rather than being preferentially stored as fat, building more muscle effectively elevates your resting metabolism, making it easier to maintain fat loss in the long run and prevent future weight gain. This is a key to long-term success. Elevated metabolism. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns more calories at rest than fat tissue, quadriceps and hamstrings, to improve the overall appearance and contour of your lower body. Furthermore, while you cannot spot reduce fat on your thighs, you absolutely can target and shape the underlying muscles. The glutes. Here are 3 highly effective exercises to help you build strong, shapely glutes and thighs. A deep squats. Why it's effective. Deep squats are unparalleled for powerfully stretching and challenging the glutes and hamstrings, offering greater engagement than partial or parallel squats. They are a compound movement that recruits multiple lower body muscles. Execution. Start with a barbell resting on your upper back or hold dumbbells. Position your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, with toes slightly rotated outward. Keep your chest up, eyes forward, and maintain a neutral spine. Take a deep breath, brace your core, and initiate the movement by driving your hips back and bending your knees simultaneously. Lower yourself down until your hips are slightly below parallel with your knees, or as deep as your mobility allows without discomfort, especially if you have knee issues. Squatting to parallel is still highly effective. Ensure your weight remains balanced over the midfoot, particularly engaging the glutes and hamstrings, while also improving balance and core stability. Focus on perfect form before increasing depth or weight. Drive powerfully through the middle of your foot, extending your hips and knees to return to the starting position. Note for beginners: knee issues. If deep squats cause knee discomfort, or you're a beginner, squatting to parallel or slightly above is still incredibly effective for building lower body strength and muscle. B. Walking lunges. Why it's effective. Walking lunges are excellent. Unilateral exercises that highly tone the legs. Execution. Grab a dumbbell in each hand, held at your sides. Take a large step forward with one leg, planting your front foot flat on the ground. Your back foot should come up onto its toes. Maintain hip-width separation between your feet. Avoid walking on a tightrope, as this compromises balance. Lower yourself by bending both knees until your back knee almost touches the ground. Ensure your front knee does not track excessively past your toes. Push off your front heel and step forward with your back leg into the next lunge, alternating sides. Common form error: if your front knee is aggressively passing over your toes, or if your legs form a narrow triangle instead of a stable rectangle from the side, your stride length is too short. Or take a longer step forward to ensure your shin remains relatively vertical and your front knee stays safely behind your toes. C. Step-ups. Why it's effective. Step-ups are fantastic for glute and quad development, offering a great way to build unilateral strength and improve power. Execution. Select a sturdy platform that is approximately knee height. Hold a dumbbell in each hand. Place one foot entirely flat on top of the platform. Keeping your weight primarily on the elevated foot, drive down through that leg to stand straight up onto the platform, simultaneously kicking off your back foot. Control the eccentric phase, stepping back down with the same leg that started on the platform. Complete all repetitions on one side before switching to the other. Glute emphasis tip. To maximize glute activation, point the toe of your back foot upwards before each rep. This helps to take your back calf out of the movement, forcing the glutes of your stepping leg to do more work. Even if you train at home without weights, performing more sets and higher repetitions with bodyweight variations of these exercises can still significantly enhance muscle tone and definition in your thighs and glutes. Remember, a proportional physique is key, so ensure you also incorporating weight training for your upper body throughout the week to optimize overall lean, fat, body mass, and metabolism. Aim for 3 to 4 sets of each exercise with a challenging weight that allows you to maintain good form. Step 3. Cardio, a strategic supplement, not a standalone solution. Finally, once your nutritional strategy and strength training foundation are firmly established, cardio can be introduced as a valuable tool to help burn additional calories and accelerate fat loss. However, it's deliberately placed as the last step because, for many women, there's a tendency to overemphasize cardio at the expense of weight training. This loss of muscle then leads to a lower resting metabolism, making it harder to sustain fat loss in the long run, especially when coupled with calorie restriction. The problem with cardio-only approaches: if your primary exercise regimen consists solely of cardio with little to no strength training, you risk sacrificing valuable muscle mass. It acts as an additional lever to pull for calorie expenditure. If this helps break your plateau, resist the urge to add more. Only increase cardio frequency or duration if you plateau again. When to introduce cardio, the most effective time to add cardio is when you hit a fat loss plateau and can no longer reduce your calorie intake without feeling excessively deprived. Gradual introduction. Introduce cardio slowly and strategically. Start with 1 to 2 sessions per week and monitor your progress, hindering your ability to perform optimally during your crucial weight training sessions, which are far more impactful for body recomposition. The risks of too much cardio. Overdoing cardio can lead to several drawbacks. HIIT involves alternating between short bursts of intense exercise and brief recovery periods, meaning your body continues to burn calories at a higher rate even after your workout ends. Metabolic adaptation. Your body can quickly adapt to chronic cardio. It's becoming more efficient and burning fewer calories for the same effort over time. And strategically incorporating cardio, you will effectively reduce fat around your hips and thighs, revealing a stronger, more toned, and aesthetically pleasing lower body. Embrace this holistic, science-backed approach, and you will see and feel the difference. Don't be a cardio queen if your goal is a toned, sculpted lower body. Increased hunger, Excessive cardio often stimulates appetite, potentially leading to increased food intake that negates the calories burned. Fatigue and impaired strength training. Too much cardio can cause fatigue. Optimal cardio modality: high-intensity interval training. When you do incorporate cardio, high-intensity interval training is often more time efficient and can be more effective for fat loss than traditional steady-state cardio. Examples: sprints, medicine ball slams, burpees, battle ropes, or even quick bursts on a stationary bike, followed by walking or low-intensity movement during recovery. Benefits: HIIT helps you burn more calories in a shorter amount of time and can have a greater impact on post-exercise oxygen consumption. The bottom line is, prioritize your nutrition and strength training, and use cardio as a strategic tool to break plateaus or increase calorie expenditure when appropriate. By consistently applying these 5 fundamental steps, focusing on overall fat loss through quality nutrition and calorie cycling, building muscle with progressive strength training,